Hello friends, in this video I am talking about a simple yet effective prioritization tool, Mosco. Now you may wonder what CT has to do with prioritization. This Mosco has 4 characters, starts from M. The M gives us a feeling of all the features which must exist in release or in the application which we want to deliver to it to end customer. Then it has another interesting character which is S, which represent features which should exist. They are good features. If they are not available, user will not be happy, but they are not critical to launch, so should have features. Then you have could have, C, third character. These are the features which are nice to have. If time permits, we should include them in a release. And then we have final character which is W, which represents the feature we are declaring won't be available in this release. So we are upfront telling that you won't have these features. Now how this all starts? Generally, when we start a project development, we end up with long list of requirements. And these list of requirements comes up with a time frame expectation also, that I want to see this release happening in 1 quarter or 3 months. So I have set of requirement, I have people, limited amount of resources, and I want to fit everything in this time box. It can only be done when I first do a 1 level of estimation and also have some prioritization in place, because I can't predict the team's velocity or productivity at very fine-grained level. So I may go to the customers or stakeholders and ask them which all features are critical to launch. You can't even think of launching the product without these features exist. So the features which makes the launch decision are the one which falls under must have category. Now customers may pick it, okay, these are the one which looks for critical to launch. Then you talk about second category, should have. These are the set of features which are providing very important functionality. Now if they don't exist in your application, customer would be dissatisfied. That's why they are should have category. But there are workarounds. There is a way that customer can still use the application using must have features. So they are very important but not critical to launch. They falls under should have category. The won't have, as I said before, are all nice to have. Once we are done with these 2 categories, we can think of won't have, could have. And won't have, we are explicitly making it clear that don't expect us to deliver this. It looks simple, that just divide this list into 4 categories, but it usually takes a lot of time, a lot of discussion to reach to a consensus on these 4 categories. The reasons are quite predictable. You know, none of the user will mark features under won't have category. They may think everything is must have. So as a business analyst, your role is first you explain the definition of these 4 categories to your end user. Also explain them that this is against time. And a lot of time we have observed that if we put more than 60% features under must have category, we end up shooting the time box. Whatever time box it could be 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. I am assuming that accordingly our project is also sized. So it is recommended not to put more than 60% features under must have category. It should be nearby 50%. Some organization puts forced distribution. They force team to distribute at least 20% feature in each category. And so 80% goes here. The remaining 20 can be distributed somewhere as per the customer or a stakeholder consensus. So such kind of distribution rules can force user to think that what all can be moved from must have to should have, or from should have to could have features. A lot of time, because of less amount of decomposition of the features, many features end up under must have categories. For example, you are developing a job site and you have a feature called as a job seeker I should be able to search a job. Now searching a job is a critical feature. It has to fall under must have category. But when you decompose it into multiple small features like as a job seeker I should be able to search a job using keywords. As a job seeker I should be able to search a job using geographical location. Then you may realize that okay, I can live with only keyword feature as a must-have category, because geographical based searching may become should have, because at least the person has a way to find a job. So these are the possible reasons which may result into a skewed prioritization or features going more into must-have category. You can use MOSCO in order to capture stakeholder requirement or stakeholder expectations towards prioritization for a project. You may have a situation where stakeholder allows you, in general they will be, that to play with should have and could have features. They may put a rule that you should not be changing any scope or dropping features from must have category, but in order to meet the project timelines you can reprioritize should have or could have features. So MOSCO tools helps us in generating that level of consensus, that level of communication with the stakeholders. So for uses, it's a great tool. Start with explaining the meaning of these four categories. Talk about why it is important along with the time box. MOSCO usually works good with time boxes because we are thinking of we won't be delivering it in a given 3 months, 12 months time period. So explain that it has linked with a given time box. These won't have will also come sometimes as they become important once we are done with the given delivery. So if you explain these backgrounds, it's a very simple and yet effective tool to capture stakeholders' expectations related to prioritization of software. Thank you.